South by Southeast, baby. How the hell is everybody, man? You guys doing well? Staying safe? I know we're in a pandemic. I hope everybody is blessed and well. I have a special guest here today. Louie Flores. Mind in Chains, baby. What's happening, Louie?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Yo, man. Okay, this man is a dope artist, first of all. He's nice. We have some of his merch here. This guy is really dope. This is a treat for y'all, man. Louie, what got you started in these drawings, first of all? With the idea with the flowers and all that stuff. What got you started?
Just my love of American traditional tattoos and art itself. As you see, a lot of this stuff is kind of random, but to me it's like the things that make me a person. Yeah, a lot of the stuff is inspired by my life and like the things I've gone through. So I just use that as an inspiration to all the things I make.
Yeah, I understand, man. This one right here is really beautiful. I mean, you've heard me say it a few times. Taking a classic image, who would have thought just adding some stuff, man, some flowers, it pops. It's so beautiful. This is awesome stuff. Can you remember your first drawing ever?
Oh, man. I don't know. Probably some sort of Dragon Ball Z. Like, as far as, like, drawing, you know, you do it when you're a kid, but, like, whenever you actually sit down and draw, it's probably some Dragon Ball Z related.
Dragon Ball Z,
or some
man.
band logo or something. I don't know.
That's
probably the safe guess to me, I would say.
Okay. You just fell in love with it. It became a passion.
Yeah.
It was like your escape, more or less.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time as a kid drawing. I mean, I still do a lot, but yeah.
I see. Louie, man, let's talk about some of this merch over here because you brought some stuff. I want to get into this stuff. This is pretty nice. What do we got here?
Cool. So this is my current run. A lot of the stuff I will do is limited and seasonal. So currently this is my newest collection. It's actually part of my 3-year collection. So I've been doing this for 3 years. So a couple of these items are in celebration of that.
Cool, man.
So yeah, we can start with this guy. It's my pocket tee with my chain logo. But the back piece is actually in honor of all the designs that I've done over these last 3 years. So I know it seems kind of random, but if you know me and you know my art, you'll recognize these artworks as things that I've previously done on shirts. And then 3 years in chains, just because mine in chains, 3 years, you know, kind of flows. But yeah, that's what this shirt is. It's a celebration of how far I've come in the 3 years and all the things that I've done in between. A lot of people ask me for reprints. Probably won't do one, but if you like a certain design, it'll be on this shirt, so get that shirt instead. But yeah, that's what this shirt is. Holds a lot of special meaning to me. Yeah, I just love it. And who doesn't love a pocket tee? So
this next one, you actually had the links on it.
Yeah. So one of the things I'm trying to do now is incorporate my name into stuff a little more. So prior, I would kind of let the art be the main selling point. So now I'm kind of putting my name and my logo bigger, because before my logo was the smallest thing on the shirt. So you'll see like the big artwork and then like MIC on the bottom. So now I'm kind of, I'm like, all right, I've been doing this. I seem to have a little bit of a following growing. Let me put my logo to be more of the centerpiece. So actually this one is the first time I actually print my logo big on a shirt. So that's kind of a milestone for me. But yeah, this includes, I know the chains look random, but the chains are part of my name. So that's why I want to include it. I think it's a nice little centerpiece that holds the type up. So I'll actually hold it up so you guys can see. But yeah, one day at a time is what this is. And I can say like a million things about what this shirt is inspired by. Yeah, I can look at it as in my journey throughout these years of all the art that I've done and all the things that I've been trying to accomplish. I know when you start off, you want to just rush into it and put everything into it, but it takes time, you know, and a lot of people will start something and then be like, oh, this isn't going as planned, I'm just going to drop it. And it's easy to do that. So to me, I stuck by it, and there's times where I've been like, oh man, what am I doing? But the support and all the love that I've gotten, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to keep doing it, you know? So yeah, that's one of the reasons. Obviously, mental health is going to be another one, just because it's been a rough year and a rough year for a lot of people. And you just gotta stay hopeful one day at a time. The artwork is inspired by a praying lady. So you'll see that there's flames all around her. The idea is kind of like her life is kind of in turmoil. And things are not going so smoothly, but she's staying very hopeful and she's taking it one day at a time. So that's kind of what that's about. Yeah, you'll see this big art piece that I painted on the back, and that's the front. Very happy with this one. People seem to really like this shirt too, so that's awesome.
Yeah, that one's cool. I like that logo on the back. That one's awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm a big front pocket and then big back piece. That's my thing.
And it's the same thing here. One day at a time with the hat.
Yeah. So I've been trying to do some cooler stuff and branch out from other than shirts. First hats that I've done are going to be these. So the one day at a time, and the brown is beautiful. But this hat is just to go off the shirt. So it's kind of the line. They go together. Yeah. It's the type. I think it's a beautiful hat. If you like dad hats, I think anyone can pull them off. I think it's a great hat. We'll have to get you in one of these.
Absolutely.
Right.
Brown is beautiful.
Brown is beautiful. Woo! Yeah. This was a dream come true to make. So brown is beautiful was a line I did last year, and I did sweaters and long sleeves of that. And so I've always like, man, it would be so dope on a dad hat. I don't know where to get a dad hat at. And finally I found someone who can do it. And I know it seems kind of random to not do it with the long sleeve and the hoodie, but I was like, I see the opportunity to do it. I'm going to do it because I just think it looks beautiful. I'm wearing it right now. I just think it looks great. So it's a dream come true to print this hat. Obviously the meaning behind it is very strong. So if you resonate with this, I hope you do, because I think it's a beautiful message. Cool. And then we got the little beanie logo. So like I said, trying to push my logo a little out some more. So this will be the first hat that has my logo on it. These have been doing pretty well too. So I'm pretty happy to see other people would want to wear my logo, which is crazy to me. But it's a great feeling.
Absolutely.
It shows growth. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, and some of this stuff out here were from the last release. So let's talk about this little tote. I'm from Chicago. A lot of things that people don't know about me or wouldn't be able to tell is that I'm kind of a jock. So I love sports. I love basketball. Michael Jordan, legend, of course. The shoe, iconic. So I don't really do too many Chicago themed things. So when I do, I'll do a little twist to it. So this is kind of my Chicago homage, but also like love sports. As well, and it's on a tote. I used to have t-shirts of it, but those sold out, so I only got a couple totes left. Yeah, iconic shoe. And then we got the print to go with it. Sometimes I'll do releases of things, and then I'll do a matching print that goes with it, so that's just the matching print. We also got this, which I actually painted this, man, I want to say 2013, 2014, so this is one of my earlier paintings for sure. Very iconic image. To me, it represents like desire and all the hard work that goes into something. Obviously, a very iconic Jordan picture when he got his first championship. So when you see him crying, holding that trophy, like that's just a great feeling, beautiful thing to see. So that's always that image has always resonated with me. So I wanted to paint that when I was a kid. So only available in prints. Yeah, beautiful image. You're from Chicago. You know this image, you know. So that's what that is. This is probably my latest painting, Grogu. I love Star Wars as well. The Mandalorian has been awesome. And I just painted Grogu one day. I'm like, this is awesome. I had a lot of people asking me to buy the painting. So I made some prints out of it. This is actually the second run. The first run sold out pretty quickly. So hop on these if you can. If you like Grogu, if you like Star Wars, beautiful piece. Used to have t-shirts of this, but those also flew. So now just prints left over. Probably won't do a reprint if you're gonna ask me. So get the print.
Didn't I tell you this was gonna be a treat? Man. What made you decide to go into the clothing side to have your merch out and stuff?
Yeah. Sometimes what I think is like try to make wearable art is probably what I would say. So when I started, I was just like, why not? Why can't I make it, you know? So I had a lot of drawings that I think would be cool on shirts and stuff like that. So one day I just decided, well, fuck it. Let me try it, you know? So that's what inspired it. Obviously, I like fashion and clothes, you know? So I was like, why not put my stuff out there and see what I can do with it?
I feel you, man. I'm kind of digging the brown is beautiful over here. That was pretty nice. That's pretty sick, man.
I love that.
Yeah, so some of these are designed very well. Even your logo, I dig your logo. Did you come up with that yourself?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, pretty basic logo, but I think it's powerful.
Yes.
So that's what I try to do, you know, simple but powerful.
So where did your name Mind in Chains? What influenced that?
So when I use that name, it's actually a lyric from a band, and that song resonated with me, and I feel like it has to do with mental health. So the lyrics of the song were talking about, am I living my life with my mind in chains? And it talks about, I just need to find that peace, and I know it's somewhere inside of me. So that really hit me. So I used that as my handle for like Instagram at first. So the idea really didn't come like Mind in Chains is the brand. It was just kind of the name I went by at the time. So I just print stuff out with that name, and then eventually I was like, well, I might as well keep it if I'm already using it. So I know it's a little, when you think about brands, like my name is like, that's kind of weird. Why would you name your brand that? But it's just kind of my name. So I just stuck with it and I rolled with it. And so I guess people will know me by that. So instead of trying to rebrand and start a new name, I just kept going with the name I built for myself.
Makes a lot of sense. I think that was a good idea,
in
my opinion. But you know, so with everything that you do as far as your artwork goes, have you tattooed anything that you've drawn?
No. Funny enough, there is a couple people who have tattooed things that I've drawn on them. So shout out to them. That's badass.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. I personally don't have any of my things tattooed, but I'm getting to the point where like, why not? Why don't I tattoo something? So maybe I'll tattoo my logo on me at some point. That'd be fucking dope.
Man, the first time I saw this right here, this one, I fell in love with it. I mean, just the simple flowers on the side. When I saw this, I'm like, this would be a shirt that I'd buy, 100%. If this was on a shirt, I'm buying it. A white shirt, a black shirt. This is an awesome logo, man. So what's your plan for the next year to get some, a distribution of your merch? Are you doing any pop-up shops? Are you working with anybody?
Yeah, so this last year I've been doing a lot of pop-up shops. So I've been very fortunate to be asked to do these events, and they've been great. Through that, it's pushed me to push this more. So yeah, I'm sure you'll catch me if you follow me on social media. You'll see me posting that I will be at an event. So stop on by, check out my stuff. Now that I'm doing stuff more regularly, I'm trying to have new stuff out more regularly. So I'll try to do something new at each event, depending on the time. If they're too close with each other, then probably won't. But yeah, you'll see me around Chicago all summer.
If anybody's out there doing pop-up shops, holla at your boy Louie right here, man.
Hit me up. I'll try to make it happen. I'll try to make it happen.
That's what we're here for, man. We're making it happen, bro. We're making it happen. It's just beautiful. Do you have like a certain piece of art that you did and haven't shown anybody?
Oh man, there's probably a bunch of drawings that no one's ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I draw a lot, so some things I paint and I like it, or maybe I don't, and I let it sit. But I'll probably just throw it up on my Instagram story, so people have probably seen it. But there's definitely things that I painted that don't end up on merch.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Of course. Is that a hard decision to make usually when you're like, all right, I'm not gonna put this one on the merch. I like it, but it don't make the cut.
Yeah. It's definitely a long thought process behind, because you have to invest all your time and money.
Yeah.
So I can have a design that I would love, but then I also have to think, but what other people love it, and that's where the decisions come into play, where you really decide what to pursue and what do I think would make a dope merch piece.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay. How long did it take for you to, when you first started drawing, to get to the point where you're at now, where you're settled into your style, where you're like, yeah, you have a better understanding of your style? How long did that take since you first started drawing?
Yeah, I recently did one of those, you know how they do the 2011 art versus 2020 art? So there's like the very like early drawing that I did a couple roses in watercolor. So 2011, and then it was just like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, the picture was bad, the drawings were pretty bad, my technique was pretty bad, and then to now, you know, 2020, where I'm painting more large scale pieces, and like now people are like, yo, that's fucking dope, I need that, you know. So it's definitely a process. It definitely takes a lot of time, researching materials and the art form, and just taking your time, and it takes time. That's all it really is. You know?
Process, the learning process.
It is very much.
I understand 100%, man. Listen, we have to drop your handle. We can't forget your handle. How do people reach out to you? Is that Twitter, Facebook? What do you want, man?
I'm on Instagram mostly, so Mine in Chains. There's the @ right there, but Mine in Chains, one word. I'm also up on Etsy, so etsy.com/shop/Mine in Chains. But there'll be links to that on my Instagram, so it's easier to follow my shop that way. That's the best way to reach me.
That's the best way to reach you, man. That sounds fantastic. I have a few more questions though, because I'm interested in this stuff, and I think this is pretty awesome that you're doing all this. So, how are you with? Do you have a following? Like, do you have a demographic that you reach out to and say, like, because I noticed how you said you want people to enjoy your artwork as well. So you have a demographic of people already, like a following that when you work out, do your work, these are your customers.
Yeah, I would say so. I don't know if I could pinpoint that specific person, because sometimes you think your demographic is one thing, and then you realize that, oh, it appeals to other people too, and that's fine with me too, you know. So I do try to appeal to whoever likes it, and that's my goal. The way I approach art is that you like art because of the artist. So whoever likes my art, I think I will appeal to, you know. So that's how I approach it. So okay. I'm not trying to do something that I'm not good at or that I wouldn't do. So things that I do are things that I would want to wear, and that I think people would like to wear. So it's always going to be still inspired by me and very much influenced by what I like.
I like that. That's pretty cool. I mean, the authenticity of you, you know, sticking to yourself on this is what I like, this is what I would wear, and that makes a lot of sense. I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
So in some way, when they do buy your merch, you know, it's a piece of you.
Right.
You know, you stuck to you. The authenticity was there, and so it's. I see that. That's pretty awesome, man. Yeah. Does your family love this? Are they're everyone's supporting it?
Yeah. So
that's awesome, man.
My brother is probably one of my biggest supporters. So shout out to my brother. He probably has most of the collection. He actually helped me out with getting these banners. So I appreciate him making me look nice. Yeah, it's dope. My mom always talks about. So like I catch her on the phone like, oh yeah, my son, he makes clothes and he goes to events and he sells them. I'm like, oh, that's dope, you know. And every time I tell her, you know, she's like, oh, that's so cool, you know. Which is funny because my mom actually sewed this patch on the beanie for me. So shout out, Mom. Yeah. Mom in Chains. So yeah, she's always been very helpful and very supportive of my art and the things I do. So
that's awesome, man. If say somebody who's watching and listening to this, they're an aspiring artist in the beginning, or maybe they haven't even started, what advice would you give them?
Network with people. I'm an open book, so feel free to ask me questions. I know when I started, I kind of had to figure everything out on my own. And that costs money, that costs time. And you take your L's, but you take your L's and you learn and you grow from it. So I would always recommend people just talk to people who have their own stuff going on, ask them how they did it, what they would recommend, stuff like that, because that really goes a long way, and that really helps you not only are you connecting, but you're learning and you learn through other people's mistakes. And I'm sure everyone would rather learn from someone else's mistakes than your own mistakes. But, you know, it's just a process. So just reach out to people and do it, you know. It just takes a risk. That's all I'm doing. Is I'm just one simple guy who took a risk.
Taking the risk.
And here I am, you know. So,
Yes.
So that's all it really is.
Wait, is it safe to say that everything you've done, it's all been self-taught?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I took classes in college, but I mean, obviously it's not in this style, so it's a lot of like looking at stuff and like watching videos of the rules and like the things they do and what they use. So yeah, self-taught would probably be a good way to go about it.
Okay. Man, this is awesome, Louie. I gotta thank you for your time, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Appreciate
coming
it.
out,
Thank you for
spending
having
some
me.
time with me and South by Southeast, man. This has been a pleasure, dude. We gotta get you back on.
Cool.
I enjoyed this one. This one was cool, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
Everybody, I love y'all, man. I hope please continue to stay safe, man. It's been nice. Keep watching. Stay tuned for more. We have way more coming up. We're doing big things, guys, and we couldn't do it without y'all, man. So thank you so much for tuning in, watching us, listening to me, listening to us. This has been wonderful, and it's the journey's continuing. It's only getting better. Stay tuned. Be safe. Stay well. I love y'all. Peace. I'm out of here.
Peace out.
That's why I was like, I didn't want to lift it when I
If I don't get up and grow, if I don't get up and grow.